She quietly withdrew all her savings, determined to live like the rich in a small city and spend every last penny in one go. But even on her very first flight, she still booked the cheapest economy seat. The space was already tight, and the man in front kept reclining his seat farther and farther back until he was practically in her lap. Before Georgia could even speak, the man called the flight attendant and complained. Without asking for context, the attendant told Georgia to make room and then casually summoned the head steward for backup. In the past, she might have swallowed her anger to keep the peace, but not anymore. She was done playing nice. She called out the airline's greed. You've crammed in as many seats as possible just to make more money. Even trains are more comfortable than this. Am I supposed to let a stranger sit on my lap the whole flight? Passengers around her nodded in agreement. The head steward, however, had no patience for an economy passenger daring to complain.
Had you chosen to fly first class instead of economy, you would have had plenty of room in one of our cocoons.
How much for the damn cocoon?
Georgia paid the upgrade without hesitation. Stepping into first class was a world apart. Not only were gourmet meals served, but the flight attendants suddenly became exceptionally attentive. By the time the plane landed, heavy snow was falling outside. A long line of passengers waited for taxis, and it could take hours to get one. That's when Georgia spotted an ad for private helicopter transfers. She booked one on the spot. For the first time in her life, she boarded a helicopter and flew straight to a five-star hotel. A trip that normally took 2 hours by car was done in just 30 minutes. The hotel was filled with celebrities and VIPs, but her grand entrance turned heads and sparked whispers. The interior luxury took her breath away. Elegant murals adorned the walls, and among the guests were oil tycoons from the Middle East, beauty queens she'd only seen on TV, and entrepreneurs living the high life. And now she, an ordinary sales clerk, was right there among them. Because she arrived so early, all standard rooms were taken. The only one left was the $4,000 a night presidential suite. The front desk assumed the price would scare her off, but Georgia simply replied,
Did you see me play?
Hearing she'd take the suite, the hotel manager rushed out to greet her. Wanting to tip like a true rich person but unsure how much, she stuffed all the cash in her hand into the bellhop's pocket. The poor guy broke into a cold sweat and only dared to take a single bill. Looking out from her room at the snow-capped mountains behind the hotel, she was stunned.
What world was I living in?
Georgia looked every bit a wealthy woman, but the truth would shock anyone. She was just a department store sales clerk. She worked hard and delivered solid results, but her salary hadn't changed in 20 years, the same paycheck every month. She used coupons to buy discounted groceries, saving up for the dreams listed in her notebook. If she had one joy in life, it was cooking. She loved food. Every night after work, she'd recreate dishes from cooking shows exactly as shown. But she never tasted them herself. She gave them to the neighbors' kids to try while she ate plain salads to lose weight. Then one day, during a checkup, the doctor delivered devastating news: a terminal illness with just 3 weeks left. She didn't believe it, sought second opinions, even consulted a panel of specialists, but the diagnosis didn't change. To make it worse, her health insurance wouldn't cover the $350,000 surgery. When she threatened to